In 1999, inside an excavated temple in Mexico City, archaeologists uncovered the 500-year-old skeleton of a sacrificed young man. Clutched in his skeletal hands was a tiny, skull-shaped ceramic carving. At first, the excavation team thought it was just a toy, an amulet, or a decorative pendant. For 15 years, it sat silently in a museum storage drawer. Until one day, a researcher placed it to their lips, took a breath, and blew. What came out wasn't music. It was the sound of a human screaming in pure agony.
This was the Ehecachichtli, better known today as the Aztec Death Whistle. Most wind instruments are designed to produce harmonic resonance, smooth, pleasant sound waves that soothe the human ear. The death whistle does the exact opposite. Modern acoustic scans revealed its secret. Inside the clay skull sits a dual vortex chamber. When air is forced into the mouthpiece, it splits into two opposing high-velocity streams. These airflows collide violently at a precise mathematical angle, generating chaotic turbulence. The result? A sound wave with no stable pitch, mimicking the acoustic roughness of a terrified human vocal cord at maximum distress.
Recent neurological studies tested human brain responses to this exact frequency. The findings were chilling. The human brain cannot process the sound of the death whistle as an artificial instrument. The moment the sound hits your eardrum, your brain bypasses logical thought and fires an emergency signal straight into the amygdala, the region responsible for fear, panic, and survival instincts. Imagine being a conquistador or an enemy warrior standing in the thick, humid fog of the Mesoamerican highlands at dawn. Suddenly, out of the darkness, hundreds of Aztec warriors blow these whistles in unison. It wouldn't sound like horns or drums. It would sound like thousands of tortured souls descending from the sky at once. While psychological warfare is the most famous theory, archaeology points to an even darker purpose. The original skull whistle wasn't found on the battlefield. It was found around the neck of a beheaded sacrifice, directly in front of the temple of Ehecatl, the Aztec god of wind and storms. In Aztec mythology, the journey to the underworld, Mictlan, was perilous. Souls had to traverse 9 levels of trials, including freezing, razor-sharp winds capable of tearing the flesh from bone. Priests likely blew the whistle at the exact moment of sacrifice to simulate the shrieking winds of the afterlife, guiding the spirit into the void while terrifying everyone watching the ritual.
Civilization collapsed, empires turned to dust, and centuries passed in silence. Yet the whistle kept its voice, waiting underground for someone to give it breath once more. It remains one of the only artifacts in human history engineered not just to make sound, but to turn human fear into physical vibration. And once you hear it, your brain never quite forgets.
Thanks for watching.